Mandem podcast, episode 180.
I like that.
Back. It feels like it's taken a while to get to 180, but we've got here pretty quick, if that makes any sense.
None at all.
But there we go.
We are here.
Yeah, 180. We're back, and it's Les's birthday.
Oh yes,
It is indeed, yes.
Come on, Mike. You got the best singing voice. Go on, go for it, man.
Not today, fam.
Let me get the Stevie Wonder.
I just had to have a little
Stevie Wonder
strepsil in
version,
it.
fam.
I just had to. What?
Let me get the Stevie Wonder version.
Nah, John B.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Love.
I know you've seen that episode, isn't it? Yeah, Ashley, fam.
Yeah. She faints in that. But yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, brother.
Love, guys. Love. Appreciate it.
What's your plans for the room today?
Nothing. Yeah, it's fun. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to be at yard chilling. There's nowhere to go. So this is.
Are you just saying this for the cameras, like, or you? We're
gonna be out and about later. For the record, I'm indoors all day. For the honest,
little underground rave.
Yeah, no, it's jokes because I didn't think that. Obviously, this lockdown came around pretty quick and suddenly-ish. So I didn't think that I'd be indoors for it or have to be indoors for it.
Yeah.
So experiencing a lockdown birthday is a bit shit, bit dead.
Yeah. You got a proper lockdown one as well, innit? Like,
yeah.
But like, I was free actually. I was all right. Dan, you was all right, innit? Mike, you was kind of come out. We could meet in groups.
Could we have? Yeah. I guess for me it was the summer, innit? So.
Yeah, that's the big difference. Yeah.
Yeah. We linked up in the park. So yeah.
Yeah, let's go that tier 4.
But that was my 30th though. So that was mad. Yeah. So, did you have any plans that you wanted to do?
I hadn't booked nothing. Probably would have just gone out to eat. Probably might have done something with you, man. But that's about it, really. But even that is better than being indoors.
Yeah.
So what you do, Les, you got to whip up a new meal, like a mad meal that you've never cooked before.
Something that just makes you happy.
Yeah. Once the 4 hours worth of stewing and roasting and frying is done, you sit down and it's like, this is
that's why Les wanted to Zoom last night, innit?
Why?
To hit 12 and that.
Yeah.
We could do that later, fam. We could do it later if you want.
I can Zoom later still. Yeah.
Let's go.
Shout out Andre Double L as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Sharing the same day.
Yeah, man, I'm on that, innit? I'm gonna crack open a
little something.
Yeah, I got half a Magnum from probably about a month ago.
Fam, throw that away then.
That's
turn your stomach, fam.
Yeah. Maybe super tonic.
That's mad.
Here we are.
Yeah, man. What am I saying? We're actually in a lockdown now. We saw it coming. It was a matter of when. We called it from last week.
Yeah.
We're actually under it now. What are we? 2 days in? 3? What was it? Thursday.
Thursday. So yeah, this is
Saturday.
The day. Yeah.
How are we feeling?
I'm blessed with it, man.
Fun.
It's not kicked in yet, innit?
Yeah.
Too early to tell.
At the minute, it's feeling like it's almost nice. It's a nice rest. It's a nice breeze.
Yes.
When that novelty wears off, then is when it starts to get challenging. But for now, it's kind of, I don't have to say yes to things I don't really want to be at. No one should be hitting me up. Just got to go out, get the essentials and lock down. But for now, it's a nice time to just de-stress, de-pressurize. But then I think once the novelty wears off,
I'm with Dan on that. I like that feeling though as well. After you've had like a busy couple of weeks, just looking forward just to chilling at home, not doing anything. There's a lot of football on today and tomorrow.
Yes.
So I think that's gonna be me, man.
Yeah, it's what man need, I think.
What do you think about it, Rich? You at peace with it, or
I'm okay with it, man. I think I've done I've prepared myself mentally for it. Surprisingly, it's like in the daytime, it's still quite bright, which is I'm finding quite nice. It's kind of cold outside. Started my running thing again.
Yeah, that's a must.
Was it Thursday? No, I ran yesterday, around Friday.
Are you posting times just yet, or is it?
I'm trying to be fair, I'm trying to build it back up. I'm happy too, though. I'm not even fast at the times. It's just about.
It's not an ego thing, yeah.
It's a mental health thing, Dad. It's a mental health thing. There's always a little bit of ego. Let's be honest.
When he's telling you it's 9 minutes for your last K, yeah, that's like
9 minutes. 9 minutes.
I'm just fishing. I'm trying to.
No. I ran yesterday. I was running probably faster. My average speed was 5:26 a kilometer.
That's decent.
I'm trying to bring that down though. I'm trying to get that down to a 5 consistently.
But
I'm also trying to do like minimum 5K. I'm trying to do it every other day.
Nice.
Before like this lockdown, I had a good routine at the gym. I do 4 to 6 rounds on the heavy bag at the end of every session, and that would just make me come out like just different.
3-minute rounds or
3-minute rounds, 45-second break.
Nice.
I'm going in there like I'm competing, fam.
Yeah. You keep the weight off that way.
Yeah. What do you mean weight, fam?
That weight.
It's eating and sitting around, isn't it? A general man will put on weight. So.
No, do you know what I actually plan? I think that with the running, like when I see like calories burnt and whatnot, like running is the best thing you can do. You might lose some muscle. That's the concern. Run 5K every other day. You'll like your calories. Burn is bare high compared to even when I'm doing the boxing, the high intensity thing.
I'm on this low intensity walking stuff.
Nah, bro. So yeah, I'm better then. I'm better for this one, I think. But again, early to call. I've noticed I'm still going to be traveling to work. I got their COVID testing me. And keeping me pretty isolated. So
you're not on public transport though, right?
No. Driving in every day pretty much.
They're giving you the pass back.
Well, so I've got a email thing. Or this thing is like it's over the course of the start of the first lockdown. It's decreased its strength. Like its power at the start was mad powerful. I could get into Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Q Jump, all of that. Last time I used it, man was like, "I'll let you in this one time." That ain't running again.
Slowly fading.
So I'm gonna be upgraded. I'm gonna get a press pass, which is the proper thing. Press pass. I can go everywhere, but I'm waiting for that. That thing's proper. Outside of that, I'm being COVID tested fairly. I should be about once a week. Fairly regularly. So yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Yeah, that's decent.
That's
could be worse, man. But we'll see. We'll see in it. Like this, that's one thing I've noticed with this thing. Like week to week, almost day to day, your whole mood on it can change. But so far so good. But we ain't even a weekend, man.
Boris confirmed that it is set to be only 1 month.
Bollocks.
The lockdown's supposed to be 1 month. However, that kind of goes against what
Rishi
Sunak saying with the extension of furlough.
Yeah.
Do we think that it will just be a month, or do we see this going through until March?
I reckon my prediction is we'll come out of it, but then go back into it at some stage. I don't know when that will be.
Yeah.
But I reckon we'll have maybe like a couple of weeks or a month out of it.
Yeah.
And go back into it for a bit. But I think they need the Christmas shoppers and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we'll come out of it, but it won't be. I think we'll drop tiers as Dave. I think there's some of them. I think we'll go from 4's complete lockdown that we're in now. So I think we'll go to 3, I think, or maybe a 2, where I guess restaurants open up again, but there's strict restrictions in terms of how many people you can go with, things like that.
Yeah.
I think the home indoor thing, I think that might stick. But I think we'll come out of it a little bit, but still be in some sort of some version of lockdown. But I think coming out of it to how we were a couple of days ago and then going back in.
Yeah, we'll come out of lockdown, innit?
If we go into a third, I think when we spoke last week, I think about rioting and people kicking up a fuss. I think if there's a third, then it's going to get peak. I think then I might even be out on the streets. Because
the black tracksuit and
because it's annoying to, like we mentioned earlier. A couple of days ago we weren't in lockdown. Now we are, and my birthday's my birthday. I'm not really too fussed, but having to spend it indoors, then you get a little bit of freedom. It's like kids on that leash. Put them on a leash, and they think they can go far. Then you get jerked right back, or dogs on the thing. It's just playing with people in a way that doesn't seem fair or doesn't quite make sense to me. But I guess it's for a greater cause, so we'll have to assess it then.
Yeah, I think that's telling, man. Sunak furlough extended till March, but way longer than anybody had predicted. I think
was set to end. It was like
to end, yeah. They ended at the end of the financial year. I think that they are going to let us out. I think it's a bad idea, but I think they're going to let us out around Christmas.
But you see that though, yeah? Because before furlough was set to end of October, end of November?
End of October, yeah.
But we was out of lockdown from way before then anyway.
From July, really. From the 4th of July.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of thing. Out of lockdown, but furlough still goes on for a couple of months.
Yeah. I guess for me, I don't see it quite that way because I think a few things are going to happen. I think this wave is, in terms of cases, way higher than the last. So it's going to take longer to bring that number down. I think they are going to let us out around Christmas, which I think is a bad idea, but whatever. Which is, I think, it will probably have like another spike in cases. And I think a lot of people are going to lose jobs. I think that's what it's going to protect people for a lot more of that. And they'll just restart at the start of the new financial year. And I don't think, regardless what happens, I don't think there's any furlough or whatever.
And I think I said that last week, didn't it, Rich? I said I don't really mind the lockdown. I just hope it doesn't affect like work like that.
Yeah. I think it's going to start to, though. I think it's going to start to. I was chatting to, so last day, or Wednesday was the last day man could go gym. I think made sure I got my rounds in on that one, like high rounds. And I was left. I go to the manager, enjoy your holiday, yeah. And he goes like, holiday? He's like, it's not a holiday at all for man. And then we started chatting. I never really spoke to him like that before. Started chatting, some Turkish brother, and I'm at Energy Fitness, yeah. He said the government, the max they're paying out is 1.4 for him. He says it cost him 7 bags a month to run this gym. And I'm like, brother, like, I ain't that good at maths, but that can't work for long.
I'm not a maths expert.
Yeah, so I think it is. I never really thought about it too tough, how it's really going to affect some businesses. So I think people are going to lose their jobs as a result, and businesses are going to close. I mean, we saw it in the first lockdown. So in this season, I think it'll be worse.
I think Sainsbury's announced 3,500 job cuts. I know Lloyds Bank were rumoured to be making people redundant. Also, Rolls Royce as well, because I guess Rolls Royce are tied to making
engines.
The aviation sector is a bit of a mess. So I feel like that is it has been spoken of, but it's the elephant in the room as such. We've got the physical implications and whatnot, like health and deaths and whatnot. But then I think, economically, it's not looking great.
It's bad. It's bad. But yeah, man, we'll see how that plays out as well. Crazy.
Oh, you know what? In this lockdown, there are a few differences.
Go on.
If you're single, you can visit other people's homes.
If they're single,
if you live on your own, I assume.
Live on your own, yeah. So it's a support bubble.
Chill out.
Oh yeah,
support bubble. That's what they're calling it, these days.
That's not what it used to be.
Mike's gonna disconnect from the chat in a second.
You're gonna pop up somewhere else. Log back on.
The background's looking a bit different, Mike.
Yeah, you're gonna see that.
Nice.
Laugh.
Nice. It's a green screen behind there. It's a green screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, dumb.
Yeah. So if you are single and struggling with the isolation this time around, single adult households can remain in an exclusive support bubble, and you can stay overnight.
Exclusive.
Yeah, that might be the technical hitch.
Oh,
You want to be saying exclusive when you're not.
Yeah.
I guess towards the end of last week's episode, we mentioned US elections.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
We put down some predictions. I can't quite remember what everybody said.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we are. It's now Saturday.
The election
7th.
was Wednesday.
Election was technically Wednesday our time.
It feels like day 100 of this whole thing.
How are they still counting?
America have yet to officially announce who will be in charge for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
This has been dominating my news cycle. The last 3 days have been Groundhog Day for me, blood.
You must be sick
of the same stories over and over, the same shit over and over, and we still haven't figured it out. If you can remember your predictions? I remember Sharif saying he thinks Trump's going to win.
I said the same.
I feel
like you did.
I
can't remember what I said.
I don't remember what I said, honestly. We may have all been wrong.
I feel like I would have said Trump, but I don't know why I would have said that.
Have you been tuning into any of this? Because like when I'm at work, it's on a channel. It's basically like transfer deadline day.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't even need to tune in. Everyone's just flipping talking about it anyway. Like,
I've been tuning in, catching Sky News on YouTube, watching it live. It's just been interesting, and some of the stuff people have posted as well. It's been interesting, just how the whole thing is done and set up. So I was watching last night. What's that thing on Netflix that it's like a mini documentary type thing? I think it's Explained.
Explained.
Explained. Yeah. So they did a little 4-part thing on how the elections are run and how much it costs. Yeah. So then transferring that to what's going on now, it's just interesting how everything's set up. And then I guess the whole between Biden and Trump, the whole counts thing, the voter fraud. You just look at it and you just think this is it's like a TV show, like theatre. Someone could write this as a story or a play. But in terms of, I guess, real life politics, I think, I guess it's good to see that it seems like people have slightly woken up a bit. I think when Trump got voted in, was like a bit of a surreal moment. But now I think with Biden leading the votes as it is, I think Americans have woken up and thought, what we did the first time round, we can't let that happen again. But then you're also seeing those who, I guess, would have voted for Trump the first time round are kicking up a stink and saying, this is voter fraud or this is happening. So it's been interesting, and I have been keeping up more so than I would have probably in previous years, to be honest.
Yeah. Fair play.
Which I guess you've got the inside track.
No,
your
my
so nice in it, yeah.
Oh well, I think Biden will win it now. From all the polls and whatnot, you're getting a lot from Trump and his supporters. It doesn't really even seem like it's the Republican Party. It seems like him, his family, and his supporters are saying fraud. He tried to tell them to stop the count while he was winning. Like that's just a youth, bro. He's like, it's done. I think we'll find out today, really, our time even. Yeah, probably late today. We'll find out who.
So it's gonna be all done, said and done, yeah.
Yeah, we'll know definitely by the end of this weekend. They're supposed to stop counting votes, I think, tonight. So we should. If we don't by the end of this weekend, it's a big problem.
But they won't stop. Sorry, they won't stop and get to 270.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have to. It's basically have to count the votes in the remaining counties where they're not complete. And if Biden wins that one or Trump wins that one, that basically brings up their overall number. And you have to get at least 270. To win.
So that's electoral college votes for.
Yes.
Because I'm looking. I think it's currently, the last time I checked was 253 for
Biden.
Biden and 214 for
13 or 14, depending on who you're following.
But that's from Sky. So in my head, I'm just looking at it as Biden's won already, but in reality, he hasn't. So I guess with the remaining votes that still need to be counted, Trump could come up by quite a bit.
Basically, the remaining one states some are bigger slices of cake, essentially.
Yes, I think that's so rich. I think that again is keeping me interested to see when, I guess, everything's all said and done. Maybe if it's by the end of this weekend, how much of a big difference I guess the remaining votes will make.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. It's Biden's to lose. I think he'll win it. It'll be very hard for him not to, I think. But then there's after people saying Trump's not going to leave the White House. People are saying that, when he's already tried to sue certain states.
What do you mean?
About fraud. Like, it's going to be an interesting, I think it's 90 days basically until, if Trump is out, until it will be Joe Biden's inauguration, which is, I think it's the 20th of Jan usually. 20th of Jan.
It's quite early in the year,
Yeah. So I think either way, the show goes on, like that. The American fucking
TV sitcom
it is, like, continues. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I don't know, to see how America reacts to all of this shit, because America is, I mean, outside of COVID, has been going through some shit this year. So I know, man, people might take to the streets. Who knows what's going to happen? But either way, it's going to be probably good viewing.
I had I've been following it on some forum that I go on, and some guy summed it up quite well. He said it looks like the election is a narrow rejection of Trump, but not an approval of the Democrats.
Yeah.
In a sentence. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's been quite fairly close.
It's been tight. It's tight.
I wasn't expecting it to play out like this. But yeah, he says that the lasting change is participation.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's like that, isn't it? It's not about like who you want in; it's like who you don't want in.
It's less an evil thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucked.
And I think this is the highest voter turnout ever in this election.
Really?
So
yeah, I feel like there was one in the early 20s, which was compared to this one in terms of, I think, percentage of participation. But yeah, it's good to see people getting involved in the political process, man.
Rich, you posted something that killed me, fam. I think it was you anyway.
Probably wasn't me. I don't really post shit.
It might have been you then, Dan.
It might have been the man.
I'm sure it was you. I'm sure it was you, Rich.
Go on.
No, on Twitter. 2 Chains.
It wasn't me.
Shameless, fam. Shameless, cuz.
Hey, that was
God bless America,
funny.
But to go to what we were saying last week, in terms of, I guess, rappers appealing,
endorsing,
that's what it is, and that's the game. If it gets people tuned in, then you go up on that stage.
It's too funny, fam.
These votes in. But yeah, when I saw it, I was like, "This is shameless."
What do we think next for Trump? Do you think he'll fade away into obscurity, or do you think he'll go back to being like a? I was listening to something and they were saying, do we think he'll be invited onto like those late night shows and whatnot, or is he too much of a toxic character to rebrand?
I think he's great content. No matter where you put him. Yeah. Will he do it is more the question. He's like clearly aware of how to like garner attention. And it's going to be like highly viewed wherever he pops up, if he pops up.
Like a Letterman, for instance, one of those.
Yeah, like
he'll definitely be on that.
It's more about whether he can use them and whether they want to potentially be used. Like just having Trump on your show is probably a bad thing for most people. Like the way your show can be tarnished by, regardless of how cold the interview content might be.
Do you think?
Yeah, man. No one wants to side with Trump. It's bad news, bro.
But it's not necessarily siding. It's like, we'll take Letterman for the example. It's just having someone who is let's say, has something about them, has a story to tell, or has an opinion on a particular thing, you don't necessarily have to side with them. But having Trump on that a chat with Letterman, what it's called on Netflix, that's going to get a lot of views. A lot of people.
Oh, 100%.
It's ratings for that episode or whatever. But like
it
long
might
term,
tarnish your brand somewhat. It's like, it would be great, right? If let's say we got, I don't know, what's his name? Tommy Robinson on the podcast. Great.
everyone's tuning in.
We can pick him apart, mad views.
Yeah.
But then people, at some point, people are going to be like, oh, why did you put him on your platform?
Giving him a platform to spew.
Yeah.
It's like fucking 6ix9ine, innit? Everyone just tunes in just to see like.
Yeah.
Watch the car crash.
Yeah. So I think you should, like, regardless of your, say, morals, your political opinion, you should have these divisive characters on. And you can't like move forward if you can't communicate, isn't it?
Right, and that's my thing. I think to an extent you have to be willing to have that conversation. I guess always be skeptical of that particular person. So Tommy Robinson, for example, if we could get him on this podcast, I think everyone would be a bit hesitant to do so. But in terms of maybe broadening the conversation on how we are, where we've grown up, and if it gets to hopefully or whatever change his mind slightly, then I think you always have to be open to having the conversation to begin with.
Because sorry, Mike.
No, go on.
Tom Robinson was on it's a guy called Sarah Garvey. He's a controversial black voice on Instagram, speaks on politics and social issues and whatnot. And he had Tommy Robinson on. And you probably would have thought that, the natural position is they would have been going head to head. But then they ended up kind of agreeing on certain things.
Okay.
He was getting slated in his comments and whatnot. So it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, man. People don't, like, particularly now, I don't think people want to see people get along. Like, bro.
It doesn't sell it, does it?
Whoever your enemy, so we're in this polarizing time. Whoever your enemy is, you will find some common ground if you sit down and talk long enough.
100%.
That's human,
100%.
but people don't want to see that. People want it to be me versus you, us and them all the time. Just tribal, like, forever. And this is the weird thing about things now. Like, you got people, I mean, even like on Instagram, someone will say, I'm a LGBT, vegan. Like, people state their tribe from the jump. And if you're not part of the tribe, they can often be shut off. That's not progressive.
No.
That's not progression. It's simply not. Like, we have to talk with your perceived enemies and find some common ground, and then you can build. But until then, bro, we're going to be doing this red-blue thing forever, bro.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, in the past, even like the Nation of Islam and whatnot, they've had like KKK at their rallies.
Seems crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, like Marcus Garvey agreed with like some white supremacists and like spoke with them and whatnot. And I don't know, people stick it up them and say, oh, what you did. Their reasoning for it like is always like loud. So yeah, for people to allow these crazy outside views to be broadcast, it could be a good thing. Because you could shut it down in public as well at the same time, depending on how well read you are on said topic. But,
yeah. That discourse is needed, man.
Yeah. Go back to the Trump thing about what he does, whatever. Yeah. So like before, man had this business, that has that business, whatever. Now he's the president. Cool. Say if he loses, we saying Monday he just steps back in the office, like cool.
CEO mode,
We back, baby. Trump should be able to do his own thing, though. Really, when you put like,
he's good. He's good for
He should be good forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's like, how do you step out of that job?
Yeah.
What do you really even do after? Like, if you're a president like Obama, you can go and you do talks here, you do talks there.
The dinner circuit, that's probably what it is, isn't it?
You're Trump now. What do you do?
There ain't no dinners at the minute.
Ain't no nut at the fam. Like, I don't know.
It just goes back to being a businessman. Or I say go back to continues being a businessman. He's always said that he's not a politician. He wasn't to begin with. He clearly didn't become one in his time. So I think he just goes back to handling the business side of him, and we hear of him in that capacity. I think,
Golf.
It is mad though, isn't it?
in the political circles or the dinner parties, he might turn up or he might be invited to a couple, but yeah, I can't see him sitting in that space like Obama would do or he's doing.
It's just different cloth, man.
Yeah.
How old is Trump as well? He's
70.
70 something.
I want to say 70.
I think 70.
Biden's older, right?
Biden's
Biden's
78.
almost 80,
I think
yeah.
Trump is 74.
That's mad.
Bro, I don't know why we elect these people that are that old.
It's
Biden's
experience.
mad old, cuz.
No, I think I think the youngest you can run for office is like 50 or something like that. Maybe 40.
Swear.
40 in
The
America.
youngest?
In America,
Okay.
yeah.
40. I think you need to be 40 to be in a presidential race. I looked up the other day.
Really?
What do you think the average age of US presidents is
I believe
When-
Biden's
when-
supposed to be like the oldest.
when they're elected?
55.
Yeah, I would have said in the 50s, 55
I know
to 60.
Obama was quite young. I'm going to say 60.
Mike nailed it in one. 55 years
55.
old.
That's 55.
You know what I'm on in it. I follow this politics stuff, innit? You know what I'm saying, fam?
55 is the average age.
Fam, you-
And I looked up, Obama was 47 when Obama was.
Because he's one of the youngest, isn't it?
Fam.
Yeah.
Mm.
Rich, forget it, fam. Stop trying to get a point.
Say, shall I
Right,
just start the news?
Mike, you've won. You've won. Mike's won.
I'm out of news forever now.
Anything else, Dan? Anything else? Or?
What more? Nah. That's what I've got on the age of the president. Yeah, Mike, you've done
Do you not
well
think there should be a minimum age requirement?
Well, when Dan said that there was, I was surprised. So I don't think that I don't believe that there should be. I don't believe that what someone's policy, the policy someone wants to bring into play, or how they lead a country has any correlation with their age. A person that's 25 can do a good as or better job than someone that is 50, 60, 65, 70, going on 80. So yeah, I don't think there should be. It's a bit.
I think there should be some, you know.
I find it a bit weird that obviously that
cross-referenced it. You have to be 35 years old and have to have been a
Supposed to be
US
kind of state.
national and been a resident for 14 years. So yeah,
So-
35 years.
Yeah, so I think there should be. So what I'm about to say would, I guess, essentially mean there is a bit of a cap, but I think
go on.
essentially you need to pass or meet certain criteria. So you would have had to do certain courses or whatever it is, or been in office for whatever. But then that would obviously
mean that you're a certain age anyway.
Right, you can't be 19-year-olds and do that. So it would essentially mean there is a bit of a cap. But
Yeah.
I think, having to have a dead, if you're 32, you can't run for presidency or be in Congress or run for office or whatever it is. I think that's a bit odd that there's a minimum age.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with that list. Yeah.
It would make more sense if there's a maximum age than a minimum. Because I was actually thinking about yesterday, I was thinking Joe Biden is quite old. I just don't know
He's
how
getting
old.
on, bro.
I just don't know how old he is. Like, is health-wise to run a country, is that safe?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that
Rich, you was going to say something.
is a real thing.
I think there should be a minimum age still.
Oh yeah.
I think man. I think sometimes when you're just young, you just come at shit. You know what? Let's make everything free and like you just come out.
But you're not
Your intentions
you're
are
not
good.
credible then, innit?
Why?
You're not gonna win if you're doing all of this wild stuff. Like
I don't know.
you're not even gonna get to that stage.
Free broadband ain't gonna cut it.
Fam,
You get my vote. You get my vote. Still, you get my vote. I think, and it's not. It's like most things, isn't it? We have like an age on alcohol, cigarettes, and stuff like that. As they're really guidelines, isn't it? Assuming that once you're past this age, you should be of. Essentially, when we talk about age, we talk about maturity, innit? That's kind of
Ish.
And I think ish. That's like loosely, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, there's grown man.
I was bare mature from like 7, 8. But...
So I think I kind of get that. I wouldn't have it. I'd probably have it a bit younger than it. Did you say the age was 40? Then?
35.
Oh, 35 is not bad actually.
I think that's all right.
I think that's not bad.
Man, we're approaching still.
Yeah,
Right.
I might go over there.
Bought the Mandem, fam.
But then I do think
So
when you go on.
Go on.
When you look at like, I guess the new leaders, future leaders, they're currently in tech. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tech, Zuckerberg and them, man.
Young man sport.
And they're leading some real shit. They're effectively they're bigger than that. Certain economies, I guess they've got more influence than certain political parties or politicians, and they're babies.
Yeah, and that's where it goes to our point, Liz, where we were saying you should have to do certain things which will bring you to a certain age anyway. But now, as we can see, you don't even need to do them things. Boom, in a position of power. Boom.
I think with tech, it's slightly different because you can be a tech genius at 15.
Yeah.
And run your own company at 15. There's no real age, minimum age or age cap on that. I think with running a country, I think we need to obviously take it a little bit more serious than running a tech company. But what I was going to say before that is, do you think, I guess we're all, 31 and Mike 30, do you think you could run or be in the contention to run a country at this age? Obviously, we don't have the skill to do so. But as a person, do you think like you could sit?
Have you lived enough?
Like,
right.
do I know anyone that's like our age?
Yeah, do you think you could sit in that seat and be like, right, yeah, I could do a decent job at this? No.
I think I could do a better job than our government.
That's a low bar, isn't it?
I could do a better job than who's currently up there. But
does the UK have an age minimum?
Not sure. I mean,
I'd assume it.
Whilst Dan checks that, shall I tell you the average?
If you get this right, I might just log off. Like,
I'm a quick while on my head.
I think you've got to be somewhat insane.
Prime Minister must be at least 18 years old.
18?
Because I guess it's based on being a member of parliament. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've just got.
But it's like you have to be 18, but that's never gonna happen.
Who knows, bro? Greta Thunberg, fam.
Not now, anyway. Not in the next.
The median age for UK prime ministers.
We're gonna have a stab. Or
I'll let you two go. I'll let you two go.
Go for it, Mike. Go for it.
No, I'll let you two go, fam.
Mike's got the answer.
Go on, Mike. Go.
Is it like a round figure, Dan? Like a
look at him.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll have a stab.
USA is 55. 55, yeah.
It's younger. It's definitely younger.
Ours is 46.
I was going to say between 40 and 45. So let me go 44, innit?
I want to say 30. 35, sorry.
Average age upon accession to the Premiership is 53 years.
Older.
There's not much of
Yeah.
Well, clearly you can. It's an old man's sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
I understand why you need to have experience,
life experience.
Yes, you do. Imagine there's like some 28-year-old running the country. Like people will be like, "Fuck this guy, man."
Some kid you went to school with, like.
You ain't even lived, mate. You ain't even lived, mate.
Yeah, you haven't even lived. Yeah, that's what it is. I guess we see this as interchangeable, but I don't think what we have seen and what we are seeing, especially in America, can Joe Biden speak to the Snapchat generation? Can they even?
It's crazy.
But then again,
between them, man.
To bring back the point of, I guess, the rappers and these celebrities, I think that's what their job is.
Bridging the gap.
Is to bridge the gap between these older white men who have no idea what a TikTok is or an Instagram or a tweet or whatever. You get 2 Chainz on or 50 or whoever it might be, Lil Wayne, and then we start tuning in. Then we start paying, like Lil Wayne standing next to Trump. All right, why is he standing next to Trump? Then you start, from that, you've entered into that sort of political dialogue of understanding policies and things that people are trying to discuss or people are discussing.
Got a little pump in it for Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, yeah.
Yeah, I see that as well. So yeah, I think that's the part that they play in this. But yeah, I would of course like to see a younger president, a younger prime minister. We touched on it before we even started recording, and Rich said it that it's an old man or old boys game. But we spoke about Nicola Sturgeon up in Scotland making some real changes, and she's recently done, what was it, banned
smacking children. This is something that we spoke on, I'd say,
a while ago.
A year ago?
Yeah, about a year ago, yeah.
And
so they've been keeping tabs, to be fair, for...
Yeah. That they're paying attention to influential podcasts and whatnot. And yeah, Scotland becomes the first UK country to ban smacking children. And yeah, that is under Nicola Sturgeon, a female leader, which I guess this year we've heard a lot about female prime ministers, presidents and whatnot, and how their countries have responded
the best
to the difficult situations that we've all been in, i.e. coronavirus. And I guess it goes to show again that they can add this to their list of progressive.
What is smacking children? Where are they smacking the children? Is it just hitting them on the I think hand, leg, palm, face?
Open palm, closed fist.
Because this is going to be what people want explaining.
Want to know, yeah.
Because you can't hit another adult, so why should you be able to hit a kid like?
Yeah, when you say it like that, it sounds like so crazy.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's illegal for me to punch a man up. But
but this little kid that can't protect itself,
give him
can't get his hands up.
It's so crazy.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's mad. As we said, we've spoken about this time ago. I think we're all in agreement actually that we ain't really for it, bro. Like it's, I think as Dan, rather eloquently put, whenever we spoke about it, violence is our last resort for everything. There's nothing more. Violence and taking away your freedom. That's the only way we can really, truly back things up. You're not going to find some kid are you? We take your money, your freedom, or we...
No petty for loot for you, bro.
Yeah, no Haribo, bro. So yeah, I think it's ultimately... I get it, but it's ultimately poor parenting, and it's you not finding an answer that it's uncreative. It's just I'm gonna, and that'll fix it, and turns out it doesn't.
Yeah,
a lot of people are even of our generation though are quite kind of pro it, which always kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
I got beats. I turned out all right.
Yeah.
Did you?
Practice.
Yeah. And so someone put a video up in the Mandem group last week, I think it was.
Yeah. That was...
I was like, is this cool?
I may have missed this.
What? I didn't see this.
Was a...
I know what you're talking about.
It's like a barbershop?
Something like that.
And he's picking you up well high and smacking him.
I didn't see that.
It looks like the weightlifting belts for your back when you go to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big fuck off belt. And he's slapping these kids around the barber shop. And I think he's saying to them, you shouldn't be stealing or something like that. But these kids are about 7, 8. Probably about 5 stone each. But he's picking one of them up by his arms and getting ham.
And I'm not even sure that was his kid.
Yeah,
there was a bit of speculation there. Well, there was 2 kids.
There's 2 kids, yeah.
We thought one of them might have been.
Yeah, one of them is just in the air. Like a pinata, almost.
Fucking hell.
Taking absolute pounding. In public, he's got no fear.
Do you think some parents will struggle with this and won't be able to discipline their kids and start losing it because their kid is moving mad?
I think that if that is the case, then you need to have a look within and look for alternatives. Now is the time where
I agree.
You might have to think as opposed to just doing the instinctive lashing out.
Reactive thing.
Yeah. So in the long term, it's probably better for the kids. But yeah, some people might
I
struggle.
think, yeah, 100%.
It's a bit nuts. But then some people like who oppose it was saying that in years ahead, loving parents who have had no contact with the authorities previously and who present no risk to their children will face stressful intervention, blacklisting on police databases, and even criminal records for smacking. The majority of Scots see this as an injustice, not a positive change.
That's mad. Imagine that, yeah. Oh, what were you in there for, me? Yeah, I was smacking my kid. Like, and like, now you can't even see your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not worth it, is it? If that is the final, I guess, the final stop in that journey of smacking your kids is sitting down and doing a bit of porridge. Yeah, it's probably want to rethink it and just put Timmy in the corner.
Yeah.
Explain.
Is this going to be like a domino effect? Is other countries going to follow?
That's a good point, Mike.
Thanks.
Fuck off, Mike.
You're an idiot.
I'm done with this guy.
Podcast of the week. Yeah, they're saying England and Wales could follow. I guess you can currently face criminal charges if you hit a child so hard that it leaves a mark, bruise, swelling, cut, graze, or scratch. But yeah, not sure as to what Wales will be doing. But I think as time goes on, we'll probably see this adopted across.
Yeah, I think so.
Great Britain. And then
It feels like it should have been done already, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You want to protect the fucking most vulnerable people in society, fam.
Yeah, I'm just going through Twitter in regards to some of the reactions on this, and
they were interesting. Still,
it's weird that people are against this. Even with some of the decisions she's made around lockdown as well. In regards, we talk about Nicola Sturgeon in particular. There's been backlash around that. To go to what I originally said to start this topic off, I think she's having to make some, I guess, difficult decisions and decisions on behalf of obviously a nation. But this is the reaction that she's getting, and I guess she's doing it for the better of her people. But in particular, the smacking kids thing, I guess as a woman, it might be something and it should be close to both men and women. But it might be something that she feels closer to her heart, or something that's closer to her, as a sort of a nurture thing. But yeah, reading some of the responses, it's weird that people are just calling it out and just saying, should be allowed to like raise our kids how we want. Like, this is a ridiculous rule. Like, it's just, I find it odd that people think that it's cool to smack your kids as a form of raising.
You wouldn't have this outlook on like if it was domestic abuse or anything. Like it's such a it's a mental gymnastics you have to go through to justify beating your child. It's so mad.
Yeah.
So mad.
And yeah, Rich, when you I guess compare it to or juxtapose it against domestic violence, everyone is staunchly against that.
Bro, it's mad. It's like, you could beat your kids because it's going to make them act better or be a better
for
kid,
their own good.
Yeah,
I'm going to teach them.
It's like, beat your wife and she'll be a better fucking it's crazy. It's crazy. Or the wife beating their husband.
Yeah.
For
it is in rare instances the other way around as well.
It's mad, man. It is a bit crazy.
Very weird.
Have you ever witnessed like a kid being like
absolutely pasted around? No, I haven't. I've seen like back in the day, like playing out or whatever, and like your friends is like,
he's holding licks
or whatever, and the way that the mum opens the door, the dad
energy,
opens the door, and the door slams. So you kind of fill in the gaps and think, he's gone through a bit there. But no, not in that. Like my older years, I've been out and in a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's or whatever, and seeing like a kid absolutely taking a beating.
Yeah.
How would I react to it? I'm not sure, man. I do feel like it is incumbent upon you to step in for a kid.
As a witness.
Yeah, like if I don't know, we've all got
It's
an idea of like what is too far. Like I don't know, a spank on the bottom, a kid will probably survive that. But yeah, if a kid's taking an absolute rollicking on our
Yeah, it's mad.
I think
What? Yeah. What if it was like Debo?
Bro,
God, the right thing, man.
That shouldn't matter, you know.
Yeah,
Nah, like normal man, it's like, oh, what are you doing, man? Like Debo,
might start pushing it. It's probably better for you to take them licks than a kid.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, if he can
100%.
smack me up, yeah, what's he doing to you? Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't had to do it.
Yeah.
So this is all theoretical, but I like to think man stepping in, bro. Funnily enough, you mentioned this actually. My mum was, I don't know what brought it up, was having a conversation about like when you can see when me and my brother were younger. Oh, I think it was that video with the paedophile and the girls, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, talking about stepping in. That's a prime example.
Yeah.
Like me, as children, we used to hate when my mum would like step in on somebody else's business. We was like, don't like, please.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing, yeah.
Well, we need more of this in general, however it may present itself. We need to be able to tell people, like, raw, that's not right.
Hold people accountable, man.
And it's difficult because who am I to tell you what's right and what's wrong?
Yeah.
And like we need to do something there, man, because like with that thing, I don't know what to call it other than that.
We didn't even want to speak on it too much, but
I didn't really want to. It's just
we've naturally
presented itself. You have to like how bad would you feel knowing that
you didn't do 9?
Yeah, when you it would have just been a couple of words, even if you got to take out like in most situations. I don't like it. I don't think taking out your phone and recording it is like I don't see that as action somewhat, but I guess that coupled with a bit more was what solved this situation or prevented. So just do something. Like we can't be in this doing nothing doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
So we have to do something, man.
Yeah, I'll probably say just big up to the woman for intervening. Yeah, sometimes these things will present themselves, and it's probably easier to walk away. And
it's always easier.
The easy option to avoid conflict or a little argument, and you don't know what you could end up with. But the easy option is to walk away. So no, I saw the video and I commend the woman for stepping in because, you could just turn a blind eye and carry on with your day and pretend. But then that probably eats you up some down the line. Her action got.
Yeah, and I think as an adult, it's helping the defenseless or the helpless. If you're someone like us or someone that's able to speak for themselves and defend themselves physically or mentally or however, then and you see someone who's, I guess, not able to do so in this particular scenario, or just young kids, you should always feel the urge to step in. I think it is a bit techie if you're in Tesco and you see a kid being dragged or being smacked. I think you've got the assessing of the situation you have to do happens very quickly, probably quicker than you even think that it's happening. Before you decide to step in or just assess and think, right, like Dan said, a smack on the bottom. Okay, we think that's okay to kind of let go. But if it gets any more severe than that, then we're stepping in. But yeah, for me, it's defending and helping those who can't do it for themselves at the time.
Yeah. I'm like Dan. Like I don't think I've seen it crazy, but I've seen some parents move mad, and they're getting licks at home. Like I remember like football training years ago. One mum bugging.
What was he even doing? Like,
bro, I can't remember. Bro, I think we was like training in the rain or something like that.
Oh.
And the mum weren't having it. Like I can't remember.
She didn't know. She doesn't like rain.
She weren't messing with that.
Rain equals mother.
So she's sticking it on the ute.
Sticking it all over the kid. Like. in front of like 15 other kids or whatever, and it's mad.
Yeah, and that's what she's doing in public. So
Yeah.
You could hypothesize and think, it might be a bit different when they get indoors.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, listeners at home, let us know, man.
Yeah.
Did it do you any harm? I turned out all right. That shout, man. Good shout.
And
let us know your thoughts on that, because
you may have been beaten, but doesn't mean that you're going to carry it on.
If anyone is for it, just let us know why, and I guess let us know your reasoning.
Apart from I turned out all right.
Apart from that,
because
that doesn't count. Yeah,
objective, innit?
But did you turn out all right? If you're going to now beat your kids?
Exactly,
right?
that's the thing.
Yeah. Give us a good old reason, man. Or if it's like your 16-year-old son, you say, put the gloves on. We both put a pair of gloves on, go out in the garden.
Don't mind.
I don't know if that's a good idea as well. I don't know.
If your dad's Joe Biden's age, fam, it's not good.
Yeah, that's mad.
Careful,
telling your dad to come and change the channel for you and that. Well, don't make me get the gloves back on. Like,
get your ass down here.
Take my shoes off when I get home from college.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mad.
What else we got on the menu? Is it as bring-ins?
You did mention that Russ guy, Dan. Not Russ, Ras.
I guess. Yeah.
But that's kind of like what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of community policing.
Stepping in.
Yeah. It is very, very relevant because if you follow on Twitter a page called Respect Rebellion, I just know him as Russ, and he's been doing a lot this year in light of kind of the Black Lives Matter movement and whatnot. Very well-read brother. And he's someone who doesn't seem like he's interested in letting things slide or not stepping in. And as a result of that, he has, with the help of others, launched a initiative called Forever Family UK on Instagram. And they are almost like I call it a community police force, community support, community security. And they're just going around different areas where there might be issues with drugs, violence, guns, whatever, and getting people on side and deterring youth from going down this path and that path. And it's just really, really good to see. It seems he's gone from strength to strength, was involved in what they call the Battle of Trafalgar, where I guess the right wing...
the Battle of Trafalgar,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
Man just running around, like, just see bare crowd. Man getting chased.
Yeah, a few EDL supporters came unstuck. But yeah, he's a very well-educated guy, speaks well, and his remit is just to help people. But yeah, if you can follow Respect Rebellion and also Forever Family UK, they're doing decent work, which we've seen in other communities, and there's been no issue. I have seen a few people saying this is like they're a military force and the vest and the flat caps and whatnot kind of symbolize that they're a militia, if you will.
You see stuff like that. Does that need like approval?
Police in itself.
So I think they have their security badges, a lot of them, and what you can do is kind of, and they help you get those badges if need be. But I don't think there's anything wrong with what they're doing in terms of like.
No. I don't think there's anything wrong. I'm just like legally.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say it goes with what we were saying earlier, just like intervening. I think stuff like that it holds more weight, and because there's like a I don't know what word to use, but just because there's a whole thing behind it, and because they're whatever, it's like there's a bit more authority there, isn't it? Rather than just stepping known things, and there might be a bit more like respect there. So yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's definitely. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's definitely more
Yeah.
with it, if you will, or cachet.
If it's a like organization,
got the necessary paperwork, and I feel like what you were saying. Yeah, there's something behind it. There's a bigger thing. He wants to get rid of youth violence and drug use and bullying or whatever, for want of a better word, in certain areas. And he's not sitting down.
And people have been talking about this shit for years. Like over in like America and that, like rappers. Puck was all on that. Nipsey was talking about all of that. Like just like policing their own blocks and all of that.
Their own communities.
So good that you've actually started it, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't be mad at this guy at all.
No,
it's crazy. It's actually taking the initiative to.
Yeah, because we often say, in school or whatever, or in the ends when we was younger, we would have liked for someone like us to come in and chat to us, rather than some older guy just come in with some phony stories that.
Some script.
It's from a different world, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the Biden era, but no, it's good to see, and I'll be paying close attention to it. But if you can just follow Raspect.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna follow
Rebellion. RASPECT Rebellion. And you'll find his page and the work that he's doing. And there's some educational stuff on there. Talks about kind of how we ended up in the position or some of the situations that we are in now, and what caused it, as opposed to just looking at it from these crazy kids. There's a bit
that's the easy option, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit more to it than that.
Yeah, I think that's why I like his, and I remember him from the Black Lives Matter, the Battle of Trafalgar, and I've heard him speak a few times, and his thing is educated. There's you can tell he's done a lot of reading behind what he's preaching, and that's, for me, that's something that is important with doing something like this. I think the initiative is good whether you're well read or educated or not, but I think it holds a bit more weight when someone questions what you guys are doing, you've got evidence and resource and information to back it up, because then it sticks and it can hold a lot more weight, rather than I don't want people looking at it as it's just these group of black boys, these group of boys that are just getting together and
it's a gang.
Yeah, right, exactly. Creating a gang, or it's just another gang. But if that's the things that people want to spew out, he seems like a knowledgeable brother that will be like, well, we're not a gang. We're doing this for X, Y, Z reasons, and this is the information. This is what's happening, and we're just here to protect the people. Nothing more, like nothing less. We're not arresting and doing all of this madness. We're just here to protect the people, and they're the ones that are probably more around this stuff and will see it quicker than the police will. You got to call the police. How long is that going to take for them to get around? So I definitely rate the stuff that he's been doing, and this new initiative is getting my respect.
Yeah, and I think just having that element of understanding makes all the difference. I think
big time.
When feds show up on the scene, they ain't here for empathy. They ain't here to listen to
historical context.
Yeah, it's deep rooted, man, and I think coming in with not necessarily a familiar or a friendly face, just a different face, can make all the difference. And I mean, if that's what it's going to take to fix things, seems like a small price to kind of pay.
Yeah. It's a start, man.
Yeah, I'm all here for it, man.
More power to them still.
I think we need new faces, man, just in general, bro. And all of these fucking systems, bro.
Mix it up a bit, innit?
We're seeing these new people come in, shake things up, different ideology.
More representative, man.
More representative, did you say?
Yeah, more representative.
Yeah. And just new ideas, man, different approaches. Like, we've been doing this old white man thing for how long? Look at the situation we're in now. Like, maybe let's change a few things, see what results we get. If things get better, then I'm here for it. I mean, I'm here for it either way. I ain't got a choice, innit? But, yeah, man, I'm hoping that things shake up. That's what I feel like the world is at the moment. So, more of it.
Boom.
Yeah, that's episode 180. We will be back next week.
Yes.
Yeah. For more of the Mandem. As always, stay healthy, Stay safe. Stay in your yard.
Wash your hands.
And the podcast.
Keep it locked.
Nice.
And cut.
Damn.